All right, we are back with another episode of the Nothing Missing podcast. I myself, Keisha Green. There's nothing that stops me. I work hard each and every day. So I don't know what y'all been thinking, but I'm telling you, after we finish this episode, you will truly know that these ladies here, Black Cherry, Diamond, they go extremely hard. Cherry, I need you to tell the people how you work hard each and every day.
Listen, I'm just like y'all. I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Ain't never had no disability check. I literally work hard for everything I do. I'm a homeowner. I work as a paralegal. Have abundant experience, and I'm now thinking about opening up my own vape line called Cherry Puffs. But I'm a very strong, beautiful black woman raised in a ghetto, downtown Atlanta. From a single mom, I'm just here to show y'all that there's nothing missing.
Diamond.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I know you, but I need you to tell the people about you.
Hi, guys. My name is Diamond Excell. I am 32 years old. I am originally from Miami. I migrated over.
Okay, Miami.
305.
I came to Atlanta just for a new start. Went through a situation in my life where I just wanted a new start, wanted to embark on new endeavors. I do work a 9 to 5. I do customer service. I work in the business department of a great company. I also do taxes on the side. I will be starting in January. Can't wait for that.
Okay, so tell us, Sherry, about what it is that you do at your job on a daily basis. Like, do you work every day? Okay, I'm sure the people probably think you work part-time. Maybe you need some time to rest your leg or something like that. But is it that you work every day? You work full-time? What is it?
I do. I work at a law firm in downtown Atlanta. I work nine to six, basically. I work as a paralegal for a workers' comp attorney. Literally have to work for everything I got. Most people think like I have to get disability checks or I get income coming in. I'd be like, no, I literally work every day hard for everything I own.
So was that ever an option for you? Was it something that you ever thought about, Diamond, you yourself? Like, did you ever think about being on a person that received disability? Or, people assume that we just be sitting around waiting for somebody to do something for us. It's like, tell me what you think about that.
I honestly, I've been on disability multiple times. And what I found is that it does not help you live life. Like it literally is only like $600 to $800, a month, and we all know like the cost of living is really way above that. I've never
Especially in
had
Atlanta.
any assistance like with housing or anything, so all my bills were literally getting paid or not getting paid.
I think for me, being that my situation is a lot different from you guys were born that way. I had a tragic situation that came that brought me to this place. So for me, disability was the first option that they were offering me, letting me know that they were there to provide some level of financial security for me and my children. And for me, originally, I was on disability. And even for me, like you, I realized what am I going to do with disability check as a mother of
With
three?
3 boys, exactly.
Honestly.
Like today, especially with the inflation and everything, like I couldn't buy groceries with that.
No,
What is it gonna do?
seriously.
Let alone pay the bills, pay the rent, different things like that. But it was absolutely, I was gonna say a step, but I'm gonna say it was a roll into the right direction for me because I knew that it wasn't going to be enough. So it's something about when you realize that this is not going to be it for me, that you actually want to do something to shift and to change. So with that being said, like being able to become an entrepreneur after settling for disability, or even for you coming off a disability and saying, you know what, I want to be a business owner and I want to work a job. I don't want to just receive a check. What made you want to make that decision?
When I realized that the $600 was not enough, and then I had gone to college, and was supposed to further my college career basically, and get my master's, but I hadn't gotten that done because life happens. So I had to survive. So I said, okay, this is not going to be enough. I've got a job, and immediately when I got the job, when you make over a certain amount, and I mean it's like a petty amount, maybe like $200, they take $1 out of your disability check. Every dollar that you make over that. So they ended up taking my check. They took my benefits. They took everything. So of course I needed health benefits. So I started working.
People don't realize that too. Like, I literally work for health benefits. Like, I was just telling Diamond about this. Like, I literally, my leg cost $68,000. So, with that being said, I can't walk around these streets and not have a job with good health benefits. So, people don't understand how important, for real,
That's funny to me though,
health
because
benefits are.
honestly, like, listen, I choose to not wear prosthetics, but that is an extreme financial burden that a lot of people don't know about it. Even with government health insurance and different things like that, it only pays a percentage. So you said, if you guys see, she said her one leg was over 60,000. I'm missing two.
68,000.
Okay,
Yes.
so when I have had a pair of prosthetics. Now I kicked it before. I had a pair of prosthetics. I walked 8 months after losing the legs. Those prosthetics costed $150,000.
Yep, and when you speaking of prosthetics, I had prosthetics when I was younger, and each arm cost 60,000. So the entire unit was 120,000. They raised money in the community. You know, I was thankful for that. But I used those prosthetics like maybe once or twice and realized like I'm limiting myself.
So did you feel like Keisha?
Like,
Because Keisha felt like this,
yeah,
it wasn't her. Like, it was like
I'm
an alien.
I'm limiting myself. You can't squeeze the cup this tight. You can't do this, and I had already mastered using my feet. So it's just like
What I can do with this?
I don't need it. So
Slowing you down.
So there was a couple things for me. I felt extremely robotic when I was wearing the prosthetics. I just didn't feel naturally like myself. And a lot of people don't know what comes with wearing prosthetics is the therapy. Some people are on pain medications, different things like that. You have to pay attention to the levels of the ground. And oftentimes we take one thing that is like the world will make seem major and big. But even today, as I sit back and think about making a choice to not wear prosthetics, it actually freed my mind and my space up to be able to create and to be able to do the things that I'm doing, running my businesses, taking care of my children without focusing just on that one thing. So for me, I didn't just want to save money, but I wanted my mental space back.
And that's so important. That's so important. And even to piggyback on, and it's crazy because I literally never told nobody this, but on the pain medications, like, I literally have to take pain medicine to get out the bed.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't know that. They think I wake up, don't have to, like, I literally be in so much pain that I have to take pain medicine to wake up out the bed. And they just see me, they think I'm just this glamorous girl. And I'm be like, only if y'all knew, y'all could not walk them out an inch in my shoes. And to be able to mentally be able to live in this world, especially in this day and age. But it's a lot goes on into being
An amputee.
It definitely is.
Just to get a little bit more into like, you know, you having to take the pain medication to get out of bed. Can you explain like what happens in the morning? Like, do your back hurt in the morning? Like, what makes you have to take it?
First of all, my mother blessed and cursed me with a bit behind. So the back in itself without the leg is painful. But just to wake up, if it rains, I'll definitely know it before a day before the rain gets here. So my body aches. Like, I was born without a thigh basically. So and I was blessed to have like a good structure in my body.
Yes,
But
big pig.
when I was born, I literally was born without a thigh. So this is my foot, and they amputated my foot off. So this is my stump, is my heel. This is my calf muscle. I had a huge hump in my knee when I was in high school, and I had to have surgery in order for them to infuse my bone.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had surgery. They was able to infuse my bone and have a hip replacement. But I have a lot of cuts. I done had over 10 surgeries out my life. So it's like, yeah.
And what I've known you all this time, and I myself have not even known that. But even for me, like with the weather, different things like that, I go through what's called phantom pains. And even when you think about the name of it, it sounds dark, it sounds demonic, and that's the way it feels. It comes at night. It comes when your body really goes to a place of relaxation. And for me, I used to take something for that. But I come from a background of pain pill addiction throughout my family, so that was really scary for me to do the prosthetics, to be on the pain medication, to know that, you know, I didn't want to open up that space for the enemy to kind of play on me. So it was something that I really avoided. I myself didn't know that that was something that you faced. When I see you, you strong, you beautiful, you're going, you're not complaining, you know, and you live your life every day like nothing is missing. So for me to hear you say that, I want to commend you because you literally like walk in a boldness and just like an acceptance of who you are, you know? So I just thank you because it's encouraging for you, for me, excuse me, to hear you say that, you know, that you're going through those things and that you don't show them on a regular basis. And even me being close to you, I didn't even know that that was a situation that you was dealing with.
And I go through phantom pains too. Like, but even though I was born like this,
Wow.
I literally still feel my foot.
Wow.
I can wiggle my nub right now, and I feel like it's my toes.
And
So
you know what? We don't want to assume that you guys will know what the phantom pains are. So I want to kind of give a little bit about what that is. So usually with the phantom pains, there's a stinging or there's a burning, there's a twisting, or there's like a stabbing sensation. And it's in a part of a limb that you don't necessarily have there. So even though the limbs are missing, you still have the nerves that goes to that limb. So that nerve is still very much so affected. And it just kind of like sparks up. I tell people sometimes it's like contractions.
Yeah. Oh.
It just kind of depends. It be biting you at night. Yeah. So it's just mind blowing. You don't have those.
No, I don't. And I find you all to be even stronger than ever before because like I don't experience that. I have no feeling at my top extremities, like none. So I don't experience that, but I do have I have a discrepancy in one of my legs, and I using my feet, you know, all the time. You know, I have back pains.
Yeah,
I do have scoliosis as well. So I do, without the proper bed, I struggle getting out of the bed from time to time. Also, so I can relate to those things, but no, not the top part.
Now, see, for you, I didn't know that because I know you'll say you only wear boots. You like to wear boots. They kind of give you a security of your balance and things like that. You're really like comfortable in them. I noticed that like that's her thing. I know Diamond loves boots. She's gonna have on a pair of boots. It's what makes you comfortable. But now, you know what you're saying. I have the discrepancies in my legs that kind of, you know, gives me a good balance. I think that's something that also people need to know, that it's not always good, right? It's not always good, but we're not complaining.
And it's not always easy.
We make it look easy.
Life is worth it. You know, I always tell everybody, you know, everything is not all bad. Like every day is not bad, you know? So I like to weigh in more on the good. You know, I like to enhance whatever I have. That's the key to me to real confidence. Enhance what you have, because everybody has things that they don't like.
Everybody got a flaw.
You know, it's inevitable, to be honest with you.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. So like for me, I'm missing the legs, they say. Okay. They say you missing the leg and they say you missing the arms. But you know, everybody has something that they're going through, whether it be, you know, financial, whether it be family, lack of love, you know, like you said, depression. Depression is real.
It's real.
You know, so many people are going through that and different things. For me, myself, I'm always kind of laughing because what people see when they see me, they be like, oh, she doesn't have the legs. They think that's the biggest problem that I'm faced with every day.
Just don't know.
And that's not the biggest problem that I'm faced with every day. And I think it's the strength that I gained from being young. Being in the streets, being outside, not really having that coddle and that catering, because I've been on my own since I was 16. Like, not for play, for real, my own apartment, doing things. And that kind of got me attracted to drug dealers, looking for somebody to provide for me, looking for somebody to give things to me. So honestly, coming from the street life in New York, moving here to Atlanta, now I walked into Atlanta. Let's get that straight. I walked into Atlanta. I was still on both my legs when I came here. But, you know, to be able to maneuver through that, I know it's the strength from being outside. I know it's the strength for what I went through, dealing with different relationships and different things like that. I'm from the number 8 poverty city. So those things that I endured in the streets, help me to have the strength when this took place in my life. For me, I guess I would ask, what are some situation and things that you feel like you may have went through when you was younger that made you say today, like, oh no, that's not gonna be the move for me. Pity's not gonna be the move for me. Disability is not gonna be the move for me. Lack is not gonna be the move for me. I'm going to be all that I can be, like you said, enhancing what you have.
Right. I would say that, I was always like in regular classes. Like my family did not allow me to be limited, even when they tried to. And I can appreciate that as an adult because it strengthened me. I went through the same things that everybody went through. The kids want to pick on you, or playing in PE with all of the kids. Like I literally was amongst everyone. I was on, like I said, the cheerleading team. And I think that being around, I guess what people would say, regular normal people, that strengthened me. It made me
adapt.
Yeah, it made me adapt in it. And it's kind of like, people always say, I forget you don't have no arms, girl. Like, I was about to hand you this piece of paper or something because my mind is just so normal, And it's kind of...
I don't think your mind is normal. Your mind is beyond normal because it takes something special to be you. It takes something special to be you, and it takes something special to be me. It's not just a physical thing. There is a mental place where you have to be to say, this is my life, but I'm not complaining, and I'm still going to make it do what it do. I'm not looking for an excuse. I'm not looking for a handout. I'm not looking for empathy. And matter of fact, even what they offer me is not good enough for me, because that's basically what I told them. Y'all offering me disability, that's not good enough for me. Y'all offering me EBT, that's not good enough for me. I'm not coming against anybody who that's where they are, because we use it, like you said, to get to where it is that we going, but I wasn't willing to sit on that. Okay? Right. I tell people I'm sitting down, but I refuse to be seated.
Period. Period. Yeah. Period.
So that's a big deal.
My life.
No, for real. You was just talking about that.
Literally, I was just talking about that. Nothing was handed to me. Everything I've got, everything I had to work for. But what I love is that my mom did not say, oh, well, let me do this for you, or I'm gonna do this for you and not your sister. Like, no, she like, no, come on, get up, get it yourself. This is what the real world gonna be when you get older. So I need you to be strong enough, resilient enough to handle it. So I praise my mom for raising me to be resilient, to be strong, to be independent. Because they always say they cannot sit me down. I'm just so independent. I'm used to doing everything on my own, and I feel like that's a curse and a gift. Because I don't know how to just relax and
let somebody help you, because you always moving.
I'm always moving. But that's always my spirit. Moving. Like that's just who I am, and I've grown to love who I become. But I feel like my disability just made who I am 10 times better, because
absolutely a unique design. I often say that to people, though. We'll go out, we'll buy an exclusive design pocketbook, we'll buy an exclusive design pair of shoes, different things like that. But when God have created you to be the exclusive design, so many people just want to throw themselves away. It's like, oh, let them drop an exclusive pair of sneakers. Y'all will wait all night and sleep outside to get them. But when it's you yourself, you give up on you being exclusive. So that's another thing that like really just shifting the way that you see things. See, for me, I'll say, who needs legs when we're all working for wings? It's a mental thing, how you choose to see it.
That's deep.
Mental.
It's like, hey, who else gonna do it? We got some people out here, they have all of their limbs. They have everything that they think that they need, but mentally, they're missing everything.
Don't have a drive, don't have a passion.
And I want to be completely transparent, say, every day is a battle. It's not about the disability. Like, it's just life. Life is hard. Trying to survive in life, it's not easy. So prayer, for sure, it gets me through. I thank God every day for strength Strength in the smallest things. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, sometimes even after cooking a meal or just after having a successful day, walking back in the house, you know what I'm saying?
People say that for
Unharmed.
granted.
Like,
People
thank
take
you, Lord,
having
for
your legs
strength.
for granted.
I think right there when you said like it's life, all of us are dealing with situations. So even you watching, you may not be an amputee, you may not have been faced with a tragic, life-changing situation like myself, but you may be going through something, whether it's mental, whether like you said, depression, stress, lack, inflation is going on. We all want to be able to provide and take care of our families. The thing is that what I know is that we all have been through something, but the word says all things are working together for our good. So if you trust in what you're going through and you saying, not why did this happen to me? Because I'm not really a why person. I don't believe in the question of why, but I believe that we could dig deep and say, what should I do with this? What should I do with being a bilateral amputee? What should I do with having one leg that I have? What should I do without having the arms? Should I be powerful? Should I be impactful? Should I be an inspiration? Should I be encouraging to others? Because when you are chosen for something like this, it's because there's people waiting on what's inside of you that's going to help to propel them through life on a daily basis. So for me, whether it's the person watching me from across the parking lot, watching me take my wheelchair out the car, I want to bless them regardless of what it is, And it's amazing because sometimes I'm in the store, there's people who look like they're able-bodied, they got it all together. The Lord will lead me to just bless them, pay for their stuff. They probably looking at me feeling pitiful.
You gonna be listen?
Same.
Don't count my pockets. Don't count my blessings.
All off of how you look, they assume that you are going to be beneath.
Yep.
Let me ask you, when you're out and about, Cherre, I want to ask you this question because Cherre looks the most like a regular person, a normal person. So when you're out and about, how do you feel people handle you with you being chosen?
To be very honest, I get conflicting looks and compliments and stares. People can look at me and they see me walk and they probably like, oh, she got a hip replacement or something is wrong with her, but they never think, to be honest, that I have a prosthetic leg. Even when I'm sitting in the car and I be parked in a handicap spot, I have people that approach me with attitudes, asking me why am I parked in a handicap spot, and I laugh at it because it's like you don't know my story, you don't know what I have going on, so who are you to sit in your car, stare at me from across the parking lot and judge me without knowing who I am? So, of course, one day I definitely had enough and I took my leg off and I showed her, like, your handicap spot is no more important than mine. Like, I have a right to be here. And that just piggybacks on, like, I hate that people look at you and just judge you off first impressions.
Yeah.
I remember one day you told me that you asked for help with a handicap buggy in the grocery store, and the worker was like, you can get it yourself or something like that, not even knowing, just looking at your top, they thinking you normal, and you literally had to like check them like, no, I have no legs, I need one, bring it to me, like, do your job. So it's just crazy how people just can look at you and not know your story and judge you, and it's a lot of that going on.
With that being said, though, that's why not just us, right? There's people that are going through things at home and we don't know what they're going through. We don't know what they're being faced with. So that's why operating in love on a daily basis is the best thing, because some people, they just need that light of love. You don't know what they're battling with at home. You have people battling with domestic abuse. You have people who have out of control kids, okay? I know I'm the only mama here, but my kids ain't disrespectful because, baby, I got these hands. The thing is that even for you, like, this isn't it. I want you to share with the people some real, like, challenges, some things that you are enduring beyond this, because I know that there's some things that I know that you are strong in those areas. And so I want you to just kind of share with people some things that you've had to overcome even beyond this.
Well, to be very honest, like the last year and a half has been very hard for me. And just thinking about it made me emotional. But I lost both of my brothers in gun violence. my brothers and one of their best friends killed in Mechanicsville. But basically shot dead in the parking lot. And not to mention one of my brothers was physically paralyzed in a wheelchair at the time. But it's just crazy how the world is these days. Like, I feel like that's the hardest part of my life than my disability.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing my brothers them gone, not being able to call them. It's hard. It's hard. And to be honest, I never even for real grieved, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And months after that, like, my grandma died for 23 minutes. Next day after that, my sister lost her baby, first baby after 36 years. Like, then my dog died. It's just been so much, but I know God got a plan for me.
Yes.
I know He is not taking me through all this for no reason. But, like, people don't know what you're going through. Like, not just my physical, but my mental. Like, people do not know what other people is going through. Even with all the shootings in the schools nowadays, like, I don't even feel safe going to church. I don't even feel safe going to the grocery store. Wow. Like, it's just a lot. But through the grace of God, I try to stay prayerful and...
Well, I know that you are so strong.
Yes.
And I know that even you, Diamond, you know, there's things that we all have faced that you've also had to endure. So I think sharing some of those things so that the people could really know who it is that we are outside of what they see is so important. So even for you, I think sharing some of the things that you've endured, even with your move and your transition here to Atlanta and what made you want to make that choice, I think share some of that.
Yeah. I was moving here to Atlanta. So I went through a big breakup. And
She said breakup, y'all. Yeah, so we do date.
so we do date.
Don't ever get it twisted.
So I went through a big breakup, and I just wanted to do something different, something new, start over. And so that's how I ended up in Atlanta. But growing up, I would say that I was faced with fear. Like, I was very fearful at first growing up, fearful of, I guess, people accepting me and my bold personality, with without having arms. Like, a lot of times people would say, "Who does she think she is?" Like, I get that even now because I'm requiring. I don't let people treat me any kind of way, and so the first thing is, who does she think she is? So I think that I had to overcome that in so many ways, even from family members, people that are very, very close to me.
Well, I think I told you a couple years ago, I was like, girl, listen, your friendship has requirements. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I told you that, when I truly just know that we could sometime battle, because I've been there too. When your friendship has requirements, there's nothing wrong with it. It's almost like, just like if somebody chose to date me, if they choose to date me, I know that they're choosing to tote this wheelchair, to get it in and out the car. So if people are choosing to be aligned and attached to you, your friendship, your relationship, it has requirements that come with it. And it's nothing wrong with having those expectations and those standards for your relationships. So I think, Diamond, with you moving here to Atlanta, really, you kindly said, I made a transition off of a broken heart. I just needed something different. I needed to look for something different. And even Cherre saying, she has yet to grieve. It speaks a lot about, us being strong women, just feeling like you have to be strong. And especially, I think, because people do look at us as wanting pity or extra empathy, that it places you in position to wear a mask of being even stronger than who you are. So even for you on today, Cherre, with you having this conversation for the first time and being able to really think about it, I could literally feel your heart and even your spirit here being heavy, that we are grateful grateful for you being able to be able to take off of that mask of strength. So even on today, I just want to encourage you that we as Black women, we don't have to always be strong. We don't have to always wear a mask. We don't have to act like we don't have emotions beyond, the physical aspects of what people see. So today, I just want to tell you that you are free to grieve. You are free to release those things that you're holding in, because they aren't your biggest and your only battles. We want God to be able to come in and give you clarity and peace on that. And I guess for you, Diamond, I will have you to speak about just like being strong all the time.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to, you got me watering up, Cherre. But I can definitely relate to just always being strong. Honestly, strength is all I know, to be honest with y'all. I can tell you that I've never been a crier. Like my mom can probably count, my parents can count on one hand how many times I've cried. Like, even now as an adult, I was just telling my friend the other day, like, I'm due for a big cry. I'm due for that. Like, I just struggling so much with finances, the ups and downs of life, and pulling myself out of financial situations, and just surviving in life, dating. I never, I guess, take the time to actually cry. It's so hard for me to cry. I don't know. I'm so tough. Like, it's a gift and a curse.
Right.
But, I would say it's okay to cry. Like, when I do cry, I feel so much better. Like, I actually love it, but it's just so hard for me to do. But I do think that it's necessary. I do think that it's okay to be soft. I do think that it's okay to be vulnerable. So, I think that that's very important for everybody to know. And just kind of piggyback on my relationship. It was just a situation where that it's time for you all to let go. I always said that anybody that I dealt with or anybody that I deal with, my disability is an obvious thing. So you're not going to make me feel like I owe you anything for it. It's a given.
Come on.
It's not something that happened, out of nowhere. You
Signed up for it.
What you see.
Signed up for it.
And it's either you want to do it or you don't. I don't owe you anything. And then so I think that people start to feel like you better be grateful.
That I'm even.
With that, right? I'm going to do something. I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for being a part of this episode right here. I believe that this is literally going to line us up for what we're going to talk about on an episode that's getting ready to come, when we're going to talk about dating as a disabled person, as a person with a disability, I should say, and what comes with that. Because I've dealt with things like that too. And it's almost like when somebody sees a man with you, they feel like he's doing you a favor.
Right.
Right? But we're going to pause on that. We're just going to let you know that we all deal with life circumstances and situations, whether it be lack in an area, battling with, again, depression, battling with being unable to provide, needing a job, going through eviction. There's so many people being faced with so many things today.
Yes.
I want to tell you to be encouraged, because where you are does not mean that that's where you're going to end. As long as you know that it's working together for you and you could find strength in that situation to get through it, I want to let you know, once you get through it, I'm going to need you to get to it. Make sure that you tune into the next episode of Nothing Missing. We cannot wait for you to see what we got coming.